champs, and it is exactly what we assume. We're going to go into this one. You guys can check out the team comps yourself. Very well predicted by the both of us.
Well done. Pats on the back. Fantastic show.
Pats on the back.
Fighting for the money right now. Whichever team moves on to the finals is guaranteed at least $100 in cash. But so whiffs 2 spears and just backs away. Smartly so. Just wait it out. It's okay. Nice counter. Goes in on the Jade. The weaken up. And already a lot of damage coming out. Weaken does fall, and there's the EX stealth. Built to the meter already. Petrify does land on Lucy. There's the incapacity, and Jade takes a lot of damage now, and now they're pushing into the max health.
Doing what I suspected, trying to hone one of them down, pin one. We see the immaterial come out. She's going to try and get a snipe, but well dodged by Ninjas as he gets the Petrify off. We're going to see In the Flesh getting a silence. Oh, here comes the ultimate already from Sirius.
Snipe will earn Team RMS the center orb, and they need everything they can to get themselves back into the game. There's a 2v1. The EX stealth goes out and will avoid the charge strike, will avoid the counter. There's the jump
baiting
shot.
it out. Baiting out that counter, but now spacebar right back in. We're going to see.
Oh, lands the snipe, and that's big. Here's the crippling goo, and Reap What You Sow needs to get out of there.
Reap What You Sow trying his best. He does get his counter procced. We're going to see a snipe potentially. Doesn't go for the orb.
Nice
You want to turn
flip.
around and get Reap What You Sow instead. Oh, and he has almost nothing left, but he procs the counter. The Immaterialist saves her from damage. She will go down.
In the Flesh.
Oh, man.
Such great decision making in the mind game was very important. Really made a good read, snapped over and mechanically executed on the snipe, and put Reap What You Sow in a terrible, terrible position. And then again, the classic, the immaterial in your face, closes it out. Team RMS win the first round, and they are able to weather the storm, the fear that is Reap What You Sow and Ninjas. It seemed to go so well for them in the start. They chunked a lot of health, and they were just dividing up damage, just chunking down max health on either teammates of Team RMS, but in the end, it wasn't enough. In the Flesh came in clutch.
They tried to, early on especially, get that initial incap, try and get the Petrifies off on Jade, and go down and try and take out Verime while they had the chance. But the problem was, it didn't last long enough, and they weren't able to get enough burst damage. Verime saved his roll for a prime moment. Barrier, again, 50 health. Shield mitigates so much damage. A lot of people can't take much off of him when he has that up. But now we're going to see they're going to meet in the middle yet again. See if In the Flesh can try and get a couple snaps. Oh, got to get silence off, trying to get a little bit of damage, and a stun using his space.
Really awkward for In the...
Great immaterial. Oh, try to get a flick, but the spacebar from Ninja's well timed with the sound audio cue from the snipe. And the Flesh going to try and spacebar the other side. Gets the push, will snipe the orb, give them a little bit of max health and current health as well. Shell's going to go get the green orbs, but she's put herself in a scary position. The barrier, the blast barrier as well, pushing away, but now Ninjas might take some damage just getting out of the way of that snipe from In the Flesh.
Avoids the Petrify, does In the Flesh, and so far they're playing out this situation really well. Counter doesn't get proc, but Shifu's counter does get proc, and Jade is actually going to lose a significant amount of health, but Blastfall is going to save her from that situation for just a little bit. Crippling Goo is available, and that was something that came in big. The counter does land. Oh my god, so much damage, and a Blastfall just barely running away, and Ninjas get snared up. The counter does get proc, and In the Flesh might be in trouble.
Oh,
In
the Flesh might be
balance out.
He might be able to get topped up enough of Verime. Oh, he tried to get that energy down on the bottom and then proc to counter. Playing a little bit too risky right now, not thinking too much about his decisions. He will go down. Verime, oh, nice double Petrify. Get a little bit of health. Maybe if you can survive till the very end, you can push them out, but probably not.
Yeah, it's looking like a tough call. Banana plus the space and the left clicks will take down Verime, and Legendary answer back. I think the aggression was a lot more well-timed. Counters did actually land, and Sirius was able to get a lot of good mobility as well as damage out. And In the Flesh tried to go for the orb to gain some resources for himself, but ended up taking the risk, and it didn't pay off. Got taken down by Reap What You Sow while that was happening. And that was a good cleanup from Legendary.
1-1. In the first map of this series is the semifinals, the first semifinals of the day. I expect to see both of these teams make it easily to the round of 5. My throat is giving up on me. This is a mess. With the Ninjas, oh, he missed an M1 and then got silenced, and a full round of the revolver into the face. Oh, what a flick. Both counters got pulled, though. Only one got procced. We're going to see the silence yet again after the spacebar. Look at all the damage Ninjas are taking. Full M1 rounds to the chest.
Incapacitate allows Reap What You Sow to take the center orb, flicks over to the Sirius, and Ninjas is actually in a lot of trouble right now. There's
good silence.
He needs to space away, gets the little healing orbs. He's got another charge
shot.
pocket. Immaterial is going to avoid a lot of damage, and the counter does get procced. And right now, I think the correct decision is to go up on Reap What You Sow and take the center orb. They will get the orb, and let's see. Ninjas has to be very careful about how he initiates. The counter actually does miss, and the Ninjas is out of the fight for now.
They're using their hard CC a little carelessly. They're not putting it on the same person. There we go. Here goes nothing.
And that's the reason why Ninjas needed to play passively, because they were going to punish him for anything that he did. The instant that space came out, they knew the counter was down, dropped the crippling goo on him, and In the Flesh is chased with left mouse button.
Time's up, and a whirling blade together. Not going to be enough damage to take out In the Flesh. Oh, the counter does not get procced. He now has nothing left. Reap What You Sow, silenced, followed by the 30 damage burst from Jade's M1s. I do really enjoy the mechanic of her M1s. It is unique.
Yeah.
Really, very poor DPS. Because she has such a long refresh and reload. But if she can land all those 6 bullets right away, it is the burstiest M1 easily. Yeah. It's 30 damage in like half a second.
It's interesting because a very popular battle right for Jade to take, instead of the Blast Vault one that In the Flesh has grabbed here, the Concussion Bomb, you take the one that gives you a reload of 10 bullets the instant your disabling shot lands, and that gives you 16 bullets to burst into your opponent in one moment, and it's actually very popular with Jade burst comps, but in this situation, In the Flesh is really looking to peel and control the pace of the game. Nice Incapacitate, but the Fear is going to equalize that situation. Jade is going to spend the Blast Vault to try to get out of there. There's the EX Stealth, going to use the Snipe, but goes for the Orb, gets both counters now. In the Flesh is doing really well with these flicks, making all the right decisions. Oh, watch out.
No, they're together with the Incap blow. They're going to try and do as much AoE as they can. Verime now forced to try and heal himself up. In the Flesh, going to get the snipe on Ninjas, though. Going to help out with his Immaterial, using his Shadow Veil. The panic on Shifu. He will run away from that. But he's actually going to be able to M2 through that and snag the orb. Eureka! But it might not be enough. He ulted, silenced in the goo. He's going to take a bit of damage, but it might not be enough. She does have her ultimate. Nah, she just used her Immaterial, so she might not. Getting the double stun. Try to get a snapshot to give herself some space and some breathing room. But there it is. Whirling Blade!
Nice round from Legendary. What made the difference was Ninjas played a lot more conservative and was very smart about how he positioned himself and played out the situation. Took a lot of damage from In the Flesh, but not at risk of actually dropping, and was healthy enough to know that when he could make a commitment and go for an all-in, he had the health to sustain himself and finish out the kill on Verime. Meanwhile, Reap What You Sow was doing a good job of making sure that he won out the duel against Verime, and the round went their way, so it's going to be 2-2 now.
Struggling a bit to get the chain CC, but usually they'll place it on Jade. By the time it wears off, Jade can easily use her spacebar. It's such a long distance. She can use it to come join Verime before he takes too much damage. Good M2, Reap What You Sow.
Guessed the wrong direction that Ninjas was going to run, and misses the disabling shot as well. And that's going to be a lot of momentum lost for Team RMS. And Verime actually has a swift roll out there.
Nice Immaterial, not good Shadow. Oh, but the counter actually absorbs the snipe, so wasn't able to finish off the orb. Fantastic use of that. Oh, stunned him out of the ultimate. He doesn't have his energy now. He might heal up and try and get it. Verime's in a scary spot. He's just going to be stuck. Use the barrier, the double ultimate. We see this happen so much. Immaterial saving them from that Petrify, but it does not matter. Lucy will go down with not much energy. Some rotten bananas coming his way. In the Flesh will go down, most likely. Oh, especially after proccing the counter on the snipe. Round 1, map 1, round 5, whatever. Legendary takes the point in this best of 3.
Yep, map 1 is going to go to Legendary, and I think that in that scenario, In the Flesh and Verime did really good, especially early on, to kind of do a lot of damage and keep themselves safe and just play out the cooldowns really smartly. But then Reap What You Sow and Ninjas made good adjustments, were able to pile onto Verime by smartly splitting up their damage at first, seeing which resources get divided up in which locations, and then deciding a good time to just jump onto Verime. And I think that little adjustment about trying to diversify their target selection before committing was the thing that Legendary needed. Yeah,
and it definitely forces them to use at least a few more abilities before, and then they're going to be able to land a couple of that CC potentially, maybe a couple of chains as well. You want to get that in cap followed by Petrify. It doesn't look like he goes to double Petrify. I don't think we saw him. I think we saw him do it a little earlier. Maybe that was EU.
I can't remember. I think that was
Might be
EU.
confusing it.
Yeah.
Some of the EU, we saw the double Petrify coming out of Sirius.
Typically, it's a choice between getting the healing. If you land a charged attack on Sirius, it procs your next heal within 20 seconds to actually do 3 different heals at the same spot, each one a little weaker than the last, but it totals about, I think it's 14 for the first, 14 for the first, and then 12, and then 6, I believe it is.
It's a lot of heals.
Yep.
It really does turn into quite a lot of heals. We did see the double Petrify coming into play quite a lot earlier today. I mean, it's great because if you landed on somebody, especially in 2v2's, right? Because you're literally just forcing a 2v1 situation. So you land the first one on somebody. Now they're petrified and not moving. You wait for the recast time as long as possible, then you put it under them again. It'll refresh their petrify, so they're petrified even longer. So it really gives you a lot of time to just try and wail and bail on the second person, just not allowing them to do anything. Trying to, you know, even if you just take, let's say, 40 max health off them, it was worth it, right? Because now they have to get what, 3 orbs and some green to even make that max health back.
Yeah.
So it might be, you know, and a lot of times they'll dedicate a little bit too much. Everyone wants to try and get the kill, get them all the way down as low as possible. But sometimes you get a little max health, you realize what you've done, they're off petrified, don't let them wail on you too much, try not to lose any health yourself.
Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to consider about grabbing positioning, getting center orb, resource building, and then making sure that your opponent has no cooldowns to sustain himself, or pushing out your healer's cooldowns, right? Sometimes you push down the health level of one of your opponents, and then you see that their healer spends all their cooldowns throwing up health points for his teammate, and then you go on the healer, and now the healer has no cooldowns for himself. He can't heal himself up, and then that's how you start pushing the health bars down.
I'm excited to see how they take this into map 2. We're going to go into map 2. These people are ready. They're ready to play. They want to murder each other.
You're ready to go.
No team comp changes, not as suspected. I think if In the Flesh and Verime can do a little bit just to fix up the small little hiccups, not allow ninjas and Riput so to really pin them down to get that damage out. I think they understand they do have a very solid shot at this, but as you said, that combo is so aggressive, so much damage coming out of Shifu Sirius.
All right, let's see if In the Flesh and Verime can make the adjustments necessary. Spear coming out of Riput so it will land on the Lucy. Disabling shot is going to whiff too, and that's a lot of cooldowns going down the drain. The barrier's up, the Panic Flash does land, but Sirius's counter does get proc, and it seems like Verime in the Flesh will weather the storm for now. EX Stealth, the counter does proc, and here comes a Kunju. Gets silenced up the instant the immaterial drops. Tries to use the AoE stun from the Blast Fall. Not yet quite upgraded. The snipe comes in, and I think it's going to whiff. Kunju activated again, and In the Flesh might be in trouble. There's a double ultimate, has the Blast Fall out of the way.
Oh, great immaterial yet again, but just getting out of the way, using that audio clue. Ninja's going to take a lot of damage. Try to clarity potion, but Verime just missed. Easily sniped from In the Flesh, getting that orb. So much orb control from Jade. She has so much control of the map from such a far distance. So much burst with that. Now Verime going to try and bait with a few M1s and M2s, see if he can get him out of there.
In the Flesh and Verime have survived the early game.
The ultimate is out, but the counter was procced, and the immaterial came down. Jade will fall.
What a clean combo from Riput Yuso and Ninjas. Were able to connect with Prismatic Strike, charged Mouse 1 and the Impale from Riput Yuso, and took down Jade. And the critical error was committing to the ultimate while counter was up. Kunju was proc. Jade had to cancel that ultimate. And if you cancel the ultimate yourself, you actually lose all your resources, as opposed to if you get interrupted by your opponent, you maintain the resources that you have. The fact that In the Flesh had to cancel means there's no more EX Stealth, no more immaterial, and you can see just how quickly they fall.
What you just said is actually a huge part of some of this stuff. I mean, canceling it, you lose all of it. While it might be great for a Jade who's about to get AoE'd, or she can see something coming her way, you know, like, let's say you're ulting and you hear a Thunder Strike coming. Like, yeah, you cancel it and get out of the way. It's worth it to save yourself the energy. But in a situation like that, she actually, I'm surprised In the Flesh still turned around to try and put the ultimate on Shifu. She knows he was going to be immaterial. And that's literally the only thing this counter does. Yeah. Not the only thing, but it is like the main thing that makes it so strong. He's immaterial and he's right behind you, and he can get a charged Kunju if he has the BattleRekt. But other than that, I'm pretty surprised he turned around instead of trying to push it down on Sirius, but I think he was scared for the counter from Sirius as well.
Oh, that's a good incapacitate. Earns Riput Yuso a big swing onto Jade.
Oh, there goes the fully charged M1.
will actually land on Ninjas as a snipe. And now the Petrify will get the AoE stun. That's the increased concussion bomb. BattleRekt is going to give them a little bit of space, but Reap What You Sow is able to take the 7.
Oh, what a great material, forcing, oh, the panic actually pushed him out of it. He got spell blocked again, but now Spacebar comes in. She's going to get the stun, slice and dice on poor Lucy. Varime is going to take both. Ultimate's almost full to the face. Heal up, try and top yourself off, buddy. You have almost no max health. But the counter is going to get procced from in the flesh. The material on himself, but he couldn't save Lucy.
Good coordination from Legendary. Needs to just ignore in the flesh and go straight for Varime.
Another counter proc that is going to be their demise if they keep this up. So many procs from Legendary.
Reap What You Sow and Ninjas are just ruthless. They've identified the exact moment that they need to push all in and how to break apart the defense on Team RMS's side and are executing it really well. This is looking like another blowout after what seemed like a somewhat close map on the first map. Legendary has really turned it around.
They are now 1 away from being knocked out of this. Team RMS facing the struggles. They split up really early on, though. Why is Lucy all the way over there? We're going to see them try and split them up. Varime taking a good bit of damage. The immaterial from Jade. She's going to try and get a snipe. She does on Shifu, but he gets an immediate in-cap response. Oh, now we can just see them on both sides getting a good old trailer perk combo.
Saw the barrier procced on one team member and then just decided to jump on the next, and that's really what they need to do. Just efficient damage everywhere. The incapacitated Varime takes a huge amount of damage.
Varime does have Eureka under her belt right now, where you might see an ultimate coming out from her. She might save it for other things. The Immaterial's out, and mobility might be kind of down, but no, it wasn't enough. Immaterial and Shifu able to get out of that in the flesh, now having to use her space to get out. We're going to see a snipe. Oh, pulling out the counter, though, and the space bar. Chop, chop.
Nice
but he gets silenced right out.
Uses the incapacitate, and Varime needs to watch out. This could be the end. When is the EX stealth coming? Oh no! And it looks like Legendary might have done it. They might be able to close it out, and there it is. So much health being lost, and In the Flesh gets taken down in the semifinals, and no. Reap What You Sow and Ninjas will again make it to the finals to face Dream Crushers. And this has been the story of North America for at least 2 tournaments in a row, in both 2v2 and 3v3. Really, it's all about Dream Crushers, and then it's about Legendary. And In the Flesh and Varime have done really, really well. And it's just been unfortunate because they come so close but aren't able to close it out against Reap What You Sow.